Morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're watching this video from. So basically, I'm just gonna do a quick update on gold, and just to clarify something that I said yesterday, right? Now, okay, things didn't go directly as I planned, as I said in the previous video, but guess what? We grabbed liquidity. Now, there's something that actually caught my attention with this move, né? I just want you to focus right here. This is something I did not pay attention to, right? Check this out. What is that? Resistance, right? Very strong level of resistance, according, of course, to the retail way of doing things, right? The retail way of thinking, the retail way of trading, right? Resistance, according to retail traders, strong resistance and strong support, right? Guess what happened yesterday? Exactly what I said. A grab on liquidity, but I was more focused on the trend line, because I didn't train my eyes to be focusing on petty things like support and resistance, you know. But anyway, back to the matter at hand. What simply happened with this move is quite simple, right? It simply entails that we had more liquidity based here than here, right? So what this simply means is that so many sellers decided to go short with their stop losses right there, and some of them above the structure, right? So this is basically what happened yesterday, right? We had a sweep of this liquidity, right? And then coming back to clean which one? The stop losses that were past tense, that were resting below this trend line. Grab, right? So it's what I was actually telling you guys yesterday in terms of being safe than sorry, right? And if you had listened, you would be safe. If you had simply listened, you'd be safe right now, right? And it's a fact. It's a fact. You would be safe if you only listen, right? So we are still in a schematic, still unclear as to whether will it produce distribution, an accumulation, or a redistribution. So still don't have enough information to make the conclusion as to whether we will get an accumulation or a redistribution, right? We will only see after price, hopefully this time around, will create that spring action to the downside, that spring, crazy spring grabbing liquidity down here, right? And testing this order block. There's an order block on this line, right? And the test of the spring, then price will eventually move. So this is what we're currently waiting to see price create before anything else happens. So my students and I are actually waiting for price to come breach and actually close below or grab liquidity below the secondary test. Then we will know what to do afterwards. So it's what I'm saying, guys. Liquidity, market manipulation, it's real, very much real. I don't care what you think. It makes me money. How I trade makes me money, and this is the best method of trading, one of the best methods of trading out there, you know. So it's what I was simply saying. So we are still expecting an accumulation of price, an accumulation of funds to push prices higher. Now, you have to understand, as I always tell my students, that every time price decides to range, in other words, move in a sideways trend, it's not because both buyers and sellers are now fighting in terms of who's going to have the direction of the market, right? It simply means when you start seeing this happen, we know that market makers, the big guys, right, are now starting to close off their previous trades, which trades, the sell positions they had. They're starting to close positions, right, in order for them to shift price in the opposite direction, right? So that's what happens during a consolidation or a range, right? Now you understand how these things are formed, right? So that's basically that. When every time price ranges, it simply means that they are starting to close off the previous positions they took and are now looking to either reverse take opposite or just redistribute funds, right? So that's basically that. So with gold, we're still waiting to see if price will come and close below, creating a spring, and then we will make a conclusion as to what's gonna happen afterwards. So remember, bear in mind, of course, bear in mind, we are still targeting what? We are still targeting the supply area here, or basically the supply area right about here, also having our imbalance fill, right? So that is basically what we are waiting to see price make with gold, right? Now let's move on to something something we talked about earlier, GBP/CHF, right? Okay, when I made an analysis, when I posted analysis on GBP/CHF, right, price was still below here, right? We did not have a sign of strength or a break of structure, right? Now we have a break of structure, but remember, my students and I took these trades here, right? And now we are waiting to see price break. But what I want to see first is a test of this supply area right here, right? Hence this line, right? A test of the supply area, pull back, then that's where it's going to produce another entry, right? Another buying position, right? So this is what we're currently waiting for. We have our profits beautifully locked, and we're just waiting for price to play out its part. So this is WYCKOFF, the power of WYCKOFF accumulation, right? GBP USD, we're still holding GBP USD. Made an analysis on GBP USD. Somewhere here. There you go. GBP USD, we're still holding these beautiful trades, right? Still holding our beautiful trades. And check where we entered. Beautiful, right? Beautiful. Thus is where we basically entered, right there, right? We had a preliminary supply, sellers climax, automatic rally, secondary test, spring, and the test of the spring. That's where we first had our first trades, break of structure, second trades, and then we rode to the upside, right? And now we're still in beautiful profits, currently locked in beautifully, and we're just waiting to see price come into our target area. But we might be taking profits today, so this is something to actually look out for. So I do mentorships. I hate signal services. Signal services basically make lazy traders, and when you take signals, you don't put effort in terms of your trading career. You just get too relaxed, you know. So which is why sometimes signal services, I don't like signal services. I prefer to teach you so that you know what's happening, so that you know the truth behind what's happening, and you take advantage of it yourself, right? My courses is as cheap as they come, $20 per month, live sessions almost on daily basis. You get to ask me anything you want to ask me that is trading related, of course, any time of the day. And I'm always interactive with my students. I'm a full-time trader. Of course, I do have other things that I do, but I give more my attention more to trading. So this is basically the best course you can basically buy with your money. It's cheap, and if you do know institutional trading and smart money, WYCKOFF, they can easily range from $600 to $1,000. And I'm here giving it to you for only $20 a month, and you get to stay with me until you actually master WYCKOFF, until you feel confident enough for you to actually be on your own. And guess what? You have saved even more than half of what you would have paid to those guys who are extremely expensive, and they take their time. They're not even interactive, but with this you get like the VIP treatment. You'll feel like you paid $1,000, right? So be sure to subscribe to this channel. Number one, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. like this video, click the notification bell so that you get notified every single time we make an upload. And as of course, please be sure to leave a comment in the comment section. Just let me know what you think, man. Let me know what you think. Is there a special request that you want from me? Absolutely cool. I will get right on it. And yeah, be sure to share this video with somebody who might need it out there. And as of course, oh, check this out. Did not see this. Did not even see this. Right? Potential schematic, right? A potential schematic, right? Yeah. Potential distribution, right? Manipulation of the highs and a breakup structure to the downside, right? It happens every single time frame, and I was not even aware of this, right? So be sure guys, just be sure to do the right thing. Be sure to do the right thing. Peace out.